Straight ahead on OC News, my name is Alexia Guile. Find out why your power could turn off. More details to come.
I'm Mackenzie Quinn. Coming up on my weather forecast, winds are expected to pick up tonight, and I'll tell you just how long this heat will be with us. Back to the desk for OC News.
Also ahead on OC News, a sheriff's deputy is killed in the line of duty while investigating a marijuana theft.
We have an update on the college admissions scandal.
And a musician donates $1 million as a way of saying happy birthday to his wife. All these stories and much more, OC News starts right now. Welcome and thank you for joining us on OC News. I'm Lauren Hernandez.
And I'm Kyle Fulbright. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
We're in the midst of fire season. The combination of high temps, strong winds, and low humidity is a dangerous combination. We're expecting winds to start picking up late tonight and will continue until the weekend. That could translate into power shutoffs throughout California. It's estimated that as many as 600,000 people could have their power shut off. We have team coverage tonight. Mackenzie Quinn will update us on our weather forecast. But first, we go live to Alexi Aguro, who has the latest on possible power shutoffs.
Hey guys, yes, I'm here at the Titan Walk enjoying all the nice sceneries. Take a look. It's sunny out. There's a nice breeze coming in. You know, it's a great time to be outside right now, but will it last? Probably not. The National Weather Service put out a red flag warning beginning Thursday morning at 5 a.m. until Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. We are expecting winds of up to 35 miles per hour. So what does this mean for residents in Southern California? Well, SoCal is thinking of powering off all your power. Take a look at the footage. SoCal Edison is possibly cutting off power to over 300,000 people in counties such as Los Angeles, Riverside, and even Orange County is on the list. Now let's take a look at the city of Orange. Here is the diagram of the city of Orange. Everything in pink are all the neighborhoods whose power that could possibly be powered off, because if this red flag warning does go through and if SoCal Edison does power off the neighborhoods. Now let's bring it back here. It's all one more thing to note on that Northern California might also suffer power outages. PG&E is thinking of possibly cutting off power to over 150,000 residents. And remember, this is all to prevent wildfires from the high wind. Again, ready to set 5 a.m. Thursday. That's all I have for you today. My name is Alexi Guao. Back to you guys in the studio.
A fire at Camp Pendleton in northern San Diego County is now 50% contained. The fire broke out Tuesday afternoon. No injuries have been reported and no structures have been damaged. The fire broke out near the firing range known as Range 409, pushing east. In addition to firefighters on base, CAL FIRE and the U.S. Forest Service helped contain the 140-acre blaze. Fire officials are taking extra precautions based on current weather conditions. An aircraft is flying over the burned area looking for hotspots, and additional personnel are on call just in case.
Wow, it looks like things are really starting to heat up.
Hopefully not for too long.
We go to Mackenzie Quinn to find out what is in store with our weather forecast.
Thanks, Kyle. As you can see here, this is going to be our 5-day forecast map for the area of Fullerton. Now, this evening on Wednesday, it is a little bit hot, but we're not going to see any of those winds actually kick in until Thursday. Now, today we're looking at a temperature of 92 degrees going into the 66 degrees in the PM, and our humidity is high. Now, this is going to become a problem coming further into the week when we do start seeing lower humidities in the single digits. What you'll also be able to tell is that for this evening, our winds at 8 miles per hour, they're actually going to be going into the double digits starting on Thursday night. It's going to be an influx and an outflux of all the different weather conditions, and we are expected to see a lot of different winds. Now, all of the different winds and the low humidity does give us more opportunities for forest fires. Government officials have been warning residents of California, showing us in all of the areas where we see red, extreme heat conditions. Now, all of these areas are at a risk, and officials do ask that citizens are taking caution into their own hands. But California is not the only area having wildfire issues. In Malibu, we are seeing a firefighter official who has brought water from their open ocean and is dumping it onto the fire in Kahana Ridge. That area was recently closed off, and as you can see, this airmac was closed down. They've officially started opening up areas as the fire has been controlled and cleared, but residents are still seeing images just like this outside of their work windows. Now, to get them rolling through the week, we have a little bit more of upbeat information. A tumbleweed was a guest player on a soccer team over the weekend in Montana. Girls were a little bit unsure of what to do, but just kept rolling along. Thank you so much, and back to you at the desk.
Thanks for the weather update, Mackenzie. Earlier today, California Sheriff's deputy died while another was injured after an active shooter incident took place in the community of Summerus, located about 60 miles east of Sacramento. The El Dorado County Sheriff's Office identified the deceased as Brian Ishmael. Ishmael and the second deputy from San Joaquin County responded to a call about theft from a marijuana garden at a private home where they immediately came under fire. Ishmael was immediately killed while the second deputy was rushed to the hospital and is now released. 2 men are now in custody in connection with the incident, and the investigation is still ongoing.
Inside a Long Beach bar, 2 people were killed last night, including the suspected shooter. Police said an officer responded to reports of a shooting inside the Bottoms Up Tavern around midnight. When officers arrived, they heard more gunshots and returned fire. Authorities said that the suspect was still holding the gun when officers found him dead inside the bar, along with an unidentified male who was also found dead. It is not clear whether the gunman died from an officer's bullet or took his own life. Investigators found a bullet casing that did not match the officer's or gunman's weapon, leading authorities to suspect there may have been a second shooter involved in the incident.
4 Long Beach residents are possibly facing charges following their arrest in Costa Mesa. These suspects are under investigation of carrying out a series of knock-knock styled burglaries across Southern California. According to the Sheriff's Department, they were conducting an investigation that led them to Costa Mesa when they saw 3 suspects quickly run from the side yard of a residence and enter a silver Mercedes-Benz SUV that was idling nearby. The deputies coordinated a traffic stop of the Mercedes, and detectives recovered stolen jewelry, personal property, and burglary tools from within the vehicle. Authorities arrested the 4 occupants. 2 of these 4 are juveniles.
Still to come on OC News, we have the latest on the college admission scandal. We'll have more information on this after the break.
Also, stick around to find out which hip-hop star is joining the cast of the Fast and Furious on the upcoming 9th film. Stay tuned.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Recently placed sanctions against Turkey have been lifted following the agreement to a new deal involving Russia, Turkey, and the United States. Shortly after President Trump abruptly decided to pull troops out of Syria, Turkey went on the offensive against the Kurds. This forced a new ceasefire to be established. Turkey Turkey is now saying it wishes to make that ceasefire permanent. The United States will keep a small contingent of troops in Syria to protect oil supply stations in the area. Russia will help establish a 20-kilometer buffer zone along the northern border of Syria.
It was the closest thing I've seen around here to mass civil unrest, one Congress member reported, who was in the room during a closed-door deposition that was suddenly distributed by over 20 House Republicans.
We're going to go and see if we can get inside. So let's see if we can get in.
The conservative lawmakers disrupted a Democratic-led impeachment inquiry and demanded they be let through in efforts to derail the scheduled deposition.
You had a number of Republican members who were not on the committee's jurisdiction try to go into this SCIF area, a secured area. They also brought in their cell phones, which is a violation. They violated the House rules by trying to crash committees, of which they don't sit on. All of this is an attack right on the investigation.
The House Intelligence Committee, as well as two other Democratic-led committees, were in the process of interviewing Deputy Assistant Defense Secretary Laura Cooper in relation to the impeachment probe on President Trump. This stunt by the Republicans comes a day after Bill Taylor's opening statement that claimed Trump demanded that Ukraine launch an investigation to help him politically before US security aid to Ukraine would be released.
Laura Loughlin is the latest star to walk into court due to her role in the USC college admission scandal. Loughlin is accused of wiring over $500,000 to mastermind Richard Singer. Both of her daughters' admissions papers claim they would be members of the rowing team at USC. Neither were participants. By continuing to fight the charges, they've only gotten larger. Loughlin has been charged with conspiracy to commit bribery, which will add an additional 5 years to her sentence, totaling up to 45 years now. A sentencing date has not yet been determined.
People who visited Disneyland on October 16th may have been exposed to the measles. A person with measles was said to be at the park between the hours of 9:15 a.m. and 8:35 p.m. Visitors at the park at these times are encouraged to see their health career provider. The LA County Department of Public Health said, quote, "Anyone who may have been at these locations on these dates during these time frames may be at risk of developing measles for up to 21 days after being exposed." End quote. This was the 19th case of the measles this year in Los Angeles County.
Greg, find out how an Ohio car wash is embracing spooky season.
Also, stay tuned to see what the Houston Astros did for a 100-year-old fan's birthday. This and more still to come on OC News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Find out which movie is going to debut this May and will be featuring a female rapper. We have our reporter Daisy Tornell with the latest in entertainment.
Actor Henry Thomas, who starred in the 1982 film E.T. the Extraterrestrial, was arrested for driving under the influence on Monday. According to police, the former child star was found passed out behind the wheel of a vehicle parked in travel lane Monday night. He was taken into the Washington County Jail, where the 48-year-old was charged with a misdemeanor DUI and was released on Tuesday morning. Although Thomas is best known for playing the role of Elliot in E.T., Thomas had the role in Netflix's Haunting of Hill House last year. What do you get a woman who already has everything? I'm sure it's exactly what everyone is thinking, right? Kanye West had no problem topping all gifts Kim Kardashian received on her 39th birthday this Monday. Kanye West surprised Kim with the ultimate gift, donating $1 million to 4 of her favorite charities. Kim Kardashian posted the gift on social media, stating the donation was from Kanye North, Saint, Chai, and Psalms West. How cute is that? Kim has been working hard to advocate for prison reform and free prisoners who have unjustly held in custody. A businesswoman, reality TV star, fashion icon, mother, philanthropist, and lawyer. Is there anything else Kim can't do? Cardi B is joining the Fast and Furious family. According to Entertainment Weekly, Cardi B will play a small role in the 9th Fast and Furious movie. Vin Diesel, the star of the film, shared an Instagram video that shows Cardi on set. In the video, Cardi says she thinks this film is going to be the best. Let's hope Cardi B makes Paul Walker proud. Fast and Furious 9 is set to debut May of 2020. That is all I have for entertainment today. Lauren, Kyle, back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Daisy. The World Series is underway in Major League Baseball, and one lucky Astros fan received a gift of a lifetime. Curtis Redmond has the latest news in sports.
Thanks, Kyle. The World Series started off on Tuesday night as the Washington Nationals and Houston Astros faced off in Houston for Game 1. After the Astros jumped ahead to a quick 2-0 lead, Ryan Zimmerman, Washington's first ever draft pick, became the first National to ever homer in the World Series. Later on, 20-year-old Juan Soto also homered to tie the game at 2. Soto would continue his hot night at the plate later on with a 2-run double to put the Nats up 5-2. The man can't drink, but he can sure hit. The Nationals would hold on and take a 5-4 win and take a 1-0 lead in the series. Game 2 of the series is tonight in Houston. Although the game was not in favor of the Astros, one fan finally got her wish. CNN's Haley Verostek has more on the story of this 100-year-old Astros fan.
Burma Beal is a big Houston Astros fan. So is the man next to her, Connor McFarland. He works at the Crestview Retirement Community in Bryan. He and Beal have bonded over their love for the Astros.
Yeah, the Astros had a really big part in our friendship.
Certainly did.
So he reached out to the team and asked if they could do something special for Beal's 100th birthday, and they did.
Today they gave me 2 of these blouses, a orange one and a white one, and they gave me my cap, and they gave me my Hall of Fame ring.
They also sent her a special birthday letter.
It thrills me to death because, to me, I have been so blessed. The Lord has blessed me so much. And then to get something like this is just a tremendous honor.
They actually came through with it.
Came through.
And they came through in a very big way. And I'm a big Astros fan, and it just made me feel good that they took care of her and actually, took the time out to make her day.
In Bryan, Haley Verostek, News 3.
What a special day for that fan. It was opening night in the NBA on Tuesday, and 2 star-studded Los Angeles teams faced off for the game of the night. LeBron James and the Lakers took on new addition Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers in Leonard's first game on the team. He would then go on to drop 30 points and lead the team. The Lakers would go on to erase a 14-point deficit, but the Clippers would storm ahead after a strong fourth quarter. The Clippers would win by a score of 112-102 in this year's first battle of Los Angeles in the NBA. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Curtis. In the spirit of spooky season, a local car wash in Ohio has transformed their car wash into a haunted house and is delivering clean, creepy fun for its customers. Drivers at Rainforest Car Wash will be greeted and kept company by ghouls, goblins, and clowns while their car is being scrubbed down and rinsed inside the car wash. Videos from drivers show evil clowns lurking within the car wash and at times whipping suds off the car's windows to get a look inside at their passengers. The Wash and Spooky Ride takes place every Friday and Saturday night leading up to Halloween and costs $20 per vehicle, which includes a trick-or-treat bag, air freshener, and the top wash package.
Now that's a car wash I'd want to go to.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Do you have any plans for Halloween?
Not yet. For sure going to eat some candy, though. Well, that's going to conclude today's episode of OC News. Stay up to date with us on social media by following us under the handle OC News CSUF. I'm Kyle Fulbright.
And I'm Lauren Hernandez. See you next time.